Hello, Cougar Nation. Welcome to our 2024 informational baseball video. I hope this video is informative to you and helps answer any questions you may have as we take a deep dive into the program and how we operate and some of the things you can expect to see. Okay, let's take a look at our baseball program. Here's the agenda. I'm just going to talk about the goals of the program, and some information, schedule of events, and things like that. And then I'll give you a little overview of our Diamond Club. Been told that sometimes I make this video a little too lengthy, so I'm going to try to condense and get it done in a little quicker manner this year. First, the program. My name is Pete Muller. I'm the head varsity baseball coach here at Montgomery High School. This is my 27th year in the baseball program and my 28th year in the district. The varsity assistants include Corey Weingart, who's been with the program for 9 years. He also played for me years ago and also played in college. Coach Brian Santinello joins the varsity staff for the first time after working hard in the JV level at Montgomery. And this is his 8th year in the program. He was also the former JV coach at Immaculata High School. Our final varsity assistant is a guy that used to be with us quite a bit and left a couple years ago to become our middle school head coach. And he is now back with us as a varsity assistant coach that handles the infield, and that's Tom Hulbig. And I believe this is his 24th year in the baseball program. So we're happy to have Tom back. Our JV coach is Mark Probaka. He was our freshman coach for a lot of years, and now he's moved on up to the JV level. And I'd like to welcome our new freshman head coach, Matt Papaduke, who's in his first year in the baseball program. He's also a special education teacher at MHS. And he coached with me last summer on an American Legion team. So we're happy to have Matt with us. Here's our current breakdown of players. We have 8 seniors, 7 juniors, 9 sophomores, and 14 freshmen. That number changes a little bit here and there, but that's where we sit right now. Our 2024 motto is NOW, an acronym for a lot of different things, but some of them we have listed there. Never outworked is one. What better time than now? No opportunity wasted. You get the idea. But we just want to impress on the kids that, man, let's act now. Let's do things now instead of waiting. The goals of the Montgomery High School baseball program. There's a lot of them. This is not a sport where we just roll the balls out and play and then call it a day. We want to use baseball as a way of getting these young men prepared for all the things they're going to face in the real world after high school. We want to provide a fulfilling experience for our players, something that they can look back on fondly and realize that it was a great teaching tool. This game is going to teach us about how we handle many different aspects of life, responsibility, working with others, overcoming adversity, and those sorts of things. We want to instill the importance of a strong work ethic, and we also want to understand what it means to be selfless in being a good teammate. A few of our program concepts. Sweep the sheds is one that we've been talking about for years. The literal sense, we have a shed down at our field and it gets dirty quite a bit, so sweep it out when it needs a cleaning. But really, the main concept with the idea of sweeping the sheds is we don't want anybody to feel that they're too big to do the small things. We want everybody to contribute no matter who they are. We're going to talk a lot about be where your feet are, meaning, let's be present and focused where you currently are. When it's on the ball field, we're focused on baseball-related items. When it's in the classroom, we're focused on classroom items. When we're out in the community, we're focused on being good citizens and that sort of thing. Leaders create leaders. We want our kids to assume leadership responsibilities and pass that down so older players assume leadership responsibilities and show the younger guys how to lead so that when it's their turn, they can do the same. Leaders are teachers. We talk about, whether we have 30 or 40 kids in the program, we want them teaching each other. It shouldn't just come from the coaching staff. There's a handful of us, but it's better to have a lot of teachers as opposed to a little. So let's have the players also teach each other up. They have a lot of knowledge that they can impart on other players as well as we do. This is one of my big ones here. We like to sacrifice for the good of the team. We are all about being selfless. If we don't care who gets the credit, we can do incredible things. I've seen really good teams where players just needed to be the guy, and that divides teams, and they don't achieve the goals that they set forth. And I've had other teams that maybe are less talented, but they could care less who got the credit. They just all wanted to collectively work together, and those are the teams that typically go further. And that's the type of team that we desire. Don't blink in the face of adversity. We are going to face adversity daily, whether it's at practice, in games, at home, whatever. And there's no sugarcoating it. There's no running away. We got to own it. We've got to look it in the eye, and we got to figure out how to get through it. A big life skill. When you get knocked down, you stand back up. The knockdown is not what defines us. It's what we do after that. And we're going to be knocked down a lot in life, and we have to figure out a way to stand back up. There's no other option. We make mistakes. That includes coaches and players alike. No one is immune to that. But mistakes have the power to turn you into something better than you were before. And that's what we want our players focused on. Let's own our mistakes and let's get better. All of us. We're also going to, help these kids learn the value of responsibility to each other. Teammates and coaches depend on each other. Players learn to advocate for themselves. They're going to learn quickly that life isn't fair. Life can be hard, and it's not always going to be fair. And that's just the way it is, and we have to figure out a way to get through it. We want our players to be good humans and citizens and students first, and then good ball players next, in that order. Off the diamond. We're always looking for a way to get involved within the community. I know when we go to Myrtle Beach in a couple weeks, we will be working at a community food bank to help those less fortunate. And I think that's really good for our players to give back that way. And we've done some other really great things in the Montgomery community in the past. If you have any ideas of ways we can get involved to help the less fortunate, we are all ears. We would love to get involved, doing as much as we can. We've had a lot of on-field accomplishments over the years, as you can see. And although those things are wonderful and, are things that can never be taken away from us, to me, the bigger accomplishment is watching a young man figure it out, not from a baseball standpoint, from a life standpoint. Those are the accomplishments that we are most proud of. We've sent a lot of kids to play college baseball, 24 D1 signings since 92. 79 players have played college baseball since 92. Those are strong numbers over the years. And, most colleges, if you're good enough, they're going to find you. The college coaches and the pro scouts. Many of our players have come back and told us that this program prepared them well, not only for college baseball, but also for their years after baseball or after high school. We've had a bunch of players play professionally now. We were very blessed to have some pretty good talent over the years. We've had 4 players drafted by major league teams. 2 more were picked up as free agents, which is a total of 6. And 2 of those 6 have made it to the major league level, which is quite an accomplishment. And we're proud of those guys. All right, some important dates. Pitchers and catchers obviously started last week, March 11, 12, and 13, and then our first full squad practice started on the 14th. So we're about 5 days into this now. Our first scrimmage will be this coming Thursday against Princeton, and opening day is Tuesday, April 2nd in Myrtle Beach for varsity and JV. So we're looking forward to getting rolling. The team store, we've done 2 waves of the team store from Destination Athlete located in Lebanon, New Jersey. And we are planning a wave 3, which will probably be the final phase that we do for this year. So if you're looking for more Cougar team gear, Destination Athlete and wave 3 will be coming soon. All right, let's take a look at the spring season first and foremost. High school baseball, it's a high commitment level. This is not a recreation baseball program, and it's really important that all parents and players understand this. This is not a you can come and go as you please kind of thing. This is you need to be here for your teammates and your coaches daily. So the only time that a player should miss a practice or leave a practice early or miss a game or leave a game early is for an unforeseen family emergency or an illness. Everything else should be handled after practices and games. Further, we have games and practices during spring break. This year, we're going to Myrtle Beach. I know the older kids and their parents already know this. For the freshman parents moving forward, just know that your child will need to be with us during spring break, as we have commitments that need to be honored. We play in a Skyland Conference competitive 10-game schedule. Our division this year changes yearly is Immaculata, Watchung Hills, Rutgers Prep, Franklin, and Pingree. So we play a 10-game Skyland Conference schedule, and then we pick up 14 independent games for a total of 24 total games. On the varsity level, the JV and freshman level will be a little bit less. And then we get 2 tournaments as well on the varsity level. So if all goes well, we could be playing north of 30 games, which is always my goal every year. If you fall shy of that, it means at some point you probably got knocked out of a tournament. All right, I'm going to take you through kind of the full cycle of the baseball seasonal activities starting in the summer. We're in the spring season now. When that finishes up, we jump into summer ball. These summer ball workouts are vital. I know some kids like to go away, and some kids claim they have other sports they have to attend to or whatever. I have relationships with all the high school coaches, and we all have come to an agreement that if a player plays multiple sports, they need to give at least 50% of their time to each sport. All right, if they play 2 sports, 33% if they play 3 sports in the summertime. So for those that say, oh, no, I have to do, my other sport in the summer, that's not fair to us. We need you getting better and getting ready for the next season as well. So we look for equal opportunities for all multi-sport athletes. And if you're a single sport athlete, then, we expect you to be there as often as you possibly can. We do Tuesday and Thursday morning workouts in the summer from 9 to 11 a.m. That goes from the end of June and through July. We offer up a summer team where they will play, 3 to 4 times a week, maybe a little less. Sometimes a practice there and sometimes not. And that'll also be mid-June to end of July. Coach Weingart will be in touch with the players about this opportunity probably by the end of this month. We will also have a fall team. It'll be one team of approximately 15 players, and that's usually one practice during the week and one weekend game. We have to bring an outside coach in to coach it. We are not allowed to coach in the fall for our Montgomery kids, and that will run from September through October. And we also start weight training with Coach Griffin in the weight room in September to get strong and get us prepared for the next spring season. We also recommend that pitchers should shut their arms down in or around the end of November and through December to just sort of kind of heal up from the past season of throwing, and then they can pick up a ball again in January to get trained. But this commitment to improved skills is vital uh, to allow us to compete in the conference that we play in. In the wintertime, we do off-season weight training. We continue that with Coach Griffin. We start a return to throw program to get our arms prepared for the next year of baseball. We do winter baseball training at I have Iron Peak down there. This year was actually a top corner. It could be somewhere else as well, but we will always do a winter training program. And these programs will help get your children ready for tryouts if we hold tryouts and the season as we go forward. If your child makes the squad, they will need a glove, a bat, cleats, an elastic tubing armband. We recommend the J bands, the Jaeger bands, which are wonderful bands that you can find on Amazon. Practice and game pants and practice shirts and game jerseys. Those are just some of the equipment that you will need to provide. JV and freshman baseball. Like I said, the JV coach is Mark Probaka, the freshman coach, Matt Papaduke. And the JV team practices with the varsity team. So those practices will largely end around 5:30. Freshman practices are separate from us, and they will end around 5 o'clock. We go about 6 days per week on the freshman level and definitely 6 days a week on the JV and varsity level. Sometimes our practices run a little bit longer. We might finish at 6, sometimes even 6:30. We try to keep it around 5:30. For the varsity and JV, the freshman team is usually about a 2-hour-a-day practice. The JV and freshman philosophy is largely the same. It's developmental, trying to give kids opportunities to get better and to use gameplay to increase their baseball IQ and to improve their skills. Playing time might not be always equal, but we do try hard to get players into every game if possible, because we're not so much concerned with the final outcome in these games. We want to win, but development is more important to us. On the varsity level, I've talked about 6 days a week and how long we practice, but the emphasis on winning is higher at the varsity level than it would be on the JV or freshman level, and that needs to be understood. Our commitment to the program as coaches, we evaluate every player every day for the duration of the season. And this is evaluations not just on the field, it's also in the classroom, it's in the hallways, it's in the locker room, and wherever else. We have access to a lot of information than anybody else does. So we make our evaluations not just to what they're doing in a practice setting or in a game, but also in the dugout, locker room, hallways, classrooms, like I said. And we collect this information, and it allows us to make appropriate decisions. Every player in this program is vital, and I tell these players that a lot, so they know that they all serve a role. It does not necessarily mean that their role is going to be on the field. It could be in other capacities as well, but we have to do it together. Knowing that, one of the things we will not discuss with parents is playing time, the role of your child on the team, or strategy or tactics and those sorts of things. That information is reserved for the coaches and the players. So we will not be discussing that with you. Parents, we're not concerned with how good your kid was a year ago or 5 years ago, or that they batted 800 in Little League and all that sort of thing. None of that, although that's great, none of that really has anything to do with our decisions and what we see now. We're just concerned with what your son is doing right now, not what he did last year or a bunch of years ago. So just please keep that in mind. We're very grateful for all of your support to this program. Some of you do amazing things for us, and I have such appreciation for our parents and the things that they do for the program. But this does not lead to playing time. I know you know that, but I have to say it. We don't work that way. So we just need you to understand that our decisions are made based on the things that we see with your child and nothing external. What we need from our parents, I mean, you can see it on the screen there. The biggest thing is just positivity. This is a very negative game at times, and it can be a very frustrating game. But negativity can divide a team, and I just ask that you provide positive support and you stay classy and respect the coaches, the players, the umpires, the other teams. We don't need to get into shouting wars with other fans or coaches or teams or anything like that. That's not how we're built. Let's just positively root for our team, and man, that's the best thing that could possibly happen to our team is to get that kind of support from our wonderful, wonderful parents and fans. All right, a couple quick notes on the Diamond Club and how we operate. Purpose of the Diamond Club is to serve as the main booster club for the high school baseball program. Its job is to raise funds to support the program and its objectives. The Diamond Club also organizes events that enhance the baseball experience for the players, and we're trying to just give these players the best possible experience we can. We know it's not going to be perfect. We do the best that we can. It's a huge job, and we just appreciate all the support we get from you as parents. The Diamond Club team consists of Monica, Gary, and Adrian, and all three are instrumental in all the things that we do. They work so hard, and I appreciate each and every one of them. They all bring a little bit different angle to things, but collectively they work really well together in helping us accomplish our goals. And just a big shout out to all three of them and a thank you for all of their efforts in helping make this program the best it can be. You can see the planned events that we have. We already did a media day on the 14th. We're doing a mystery bus ride on the 22nd that the Diamond Club supports. Obviously, we have our Myrtle Beach spring break trip on April 1st, and that concludes on the 5th. I believe the Diamond Club sent out information to every parent on that in terms of how things are going to operate, the itinerary, and things like that. So if you have any questions, you can certainly reach out. But we're looking forward to that. There's going to be a kickoff dinner and team meals on various dates, so keep a lookout for that. The Hit-a-thon, which is no longer a fundraiser, is going to be on May 3rd. That's fun for the kids. They love that event. Our end of season celebration is going to be on May 8th. I know that seems close, but this season is lightning quick. This year, it's a short season. Our senior game will be on May 15th. And then some community events. The alumni game will be on April 28th, and the golf outing on April 29th that Adrian is putting it together again for the second year. And what a huge event that is, and she does a great job with that. Gary's working on the alumni game on the 28th to reconnect with our alumni, and that's another huge task as well. So thank you both for handling those. How we raise money. We raise money from a variety of different ways. Our Diamond Club dues, it's $250 collected from all program players. So that helps us and allows us to do some of the things we do for our kids. We did a Snap Raise fundraiser to help defray some of the cost of the Myrtle Beach trip, and we did really well with that. And then obviously the golf outing. And a lot of the money we raised from the golf outing in 23 provided the funding for the Myrtle Beach trip this year. So you can see where the money goes, and it all circles back to the players. How we spend our money? Well, Myrtle Beach is a big nugget. Snap Raise fundraiser covered about half of the cost, and the Diamond Club covered the remainder, including a team dinner, which we're going to have when we're down there. We did a lot of field maintenance things this year. Um, we replaced old championship banners for the first time in a long time, and they look great. They're already up on the backstop. Um, we're purchasing a new Aware camera system for the varsity field, which will have 6 cameras and will allow live streaming and recording of games, which I'm very excited about. So we're in the process of trying to get that together as well. We pay coaches' salaries to coaches that aren't covered by the district budget, and we feel that that's important to have those coaches taken care of. Um, the player coach merchandise, player packs, including training shirts, game jerseys, extra game hat, and apparel for the coaching staff. A player experience. We do team building events like we are on the 21st. I'm sorry, the 22nd with the mystery bus ride, and we're doing kickoff dinners and team meals and that sort of thing. And then in-season events like the hit-a-thon, the senior game, end of season celebration, the alumni game, the Cooperstown trip. We always look 1 year ahead, make sure we have money ready for that, and that trip's going to happen next year. So that's where a lot of our money goes. There's a lot of ways to support the Diamond Club. We're always looking for hosts to handle a kickoff dinner on all 3 levels. We do team meals at times, and we need those distributed. Sign up to golf, volunteer, donate to the golf outing, volunteer at the alumni game, help plan and organize the senior game, volunteer for the end of season celebration. We need help, and we need, it can't just be the 3 main Diamond Club reps to handle all this. They certainly need as much help as they can get. But we do appreciate all of your support of the Diamond Club. And you can see our social media accounts there if you ever want to jump onto our social media events. So that wraps up our presentation on how the baseball program works. Looking forward to seeing you all at the ball field sometime this spring. Really excited to see the kids play and also to just grow as good humans. So thanks for your time, and hope to see you soon. Take care.